Welcome back, guys. I'm Jason, and today I have Steve with me. We're going to discuss the second part of Dushan's video. Be sure to go back and check our previous episodes in which our friends had discussed the first part of his video regarding destroying democracy in plain sight and uncovering Nazism in today's times. So without further ado, let's watch this together and discover some new information. And don't forget to like, comment, and share all of our material here on the Voice of Freedom.
Discussions around Alatra in Slovakia and the Czech Republic are ceasing. In the previous video, I told you about who needed to launch a massive discrediting attack against Alatra International Public Movement, which is engaged in studying the climate, the rapid increase of cataclysms on Earth, and delivering information about it to the general public, and why this attack was launched. Let me remind you that in just 3 weeks, about 400 publications were released in various mass media of Europe. Even a layman who barely looked at the identical headlines of those articles, identical wording, and the most primitive copywriting, can clearly see that this attack in the media has been ordered. I already showed the facts and the chain of links that led us to the organizers and sponsors of this slanderous campaign in Slovakia and the Czech Republic. It is the Russian pro-religious organization Ratseers, operating under the patronage of the Russian Orthodox Church. For more details, follow the link and watch the video. Yet now I would like to mention an article on Seznam Zprávy portal, which was recently released by Ms. Sirokova, that very scandalous Czech journalist who was involved in a case on the suppression of fundamental human rights and freedoms. First of all, I will voice an interesting fact. Quite recently, we received a notice that narratives were sent through communication channels of the Russian pro-religious organization Ratseers with instructions to link Alatra's activities to extremism in the eyes of the public. Before we even had time to realize this information, this very narrative was immediately promoted by Ratseers' talking head here in the Czech Republic. In the above-mentioned article by Ms. Sirokova, there is a reference to the opinion of a certain political expert where Alatra is accused of using the tools of Russian propaganda, extremism, and radicalism. It is said that due to our allegedly radical and aggressive rhetoric, there might be some individuals who may be incited to extreme actions, the so-called lone wolves or lone shooters. So this unknown expert mentioned in the article is concerned about a corresponding security threat. Thus, narratives of the pro-religious organization Ratseers, whose ideological center is supervised by the Russian Orthodox Church, are now appearing in the Czech media. Doesn't this give you a certain hint? Compare the facts and ponder. Who is actually carrying out the Russian disinformation? The said expert calls us pro-Kremlin. While this whole massive defamation campaign through media agents recruited by the Russian Ratseers uses identical rhetoric since the very first dehumanizing publications about Alatra, released on ROC portals 10 years ago. Let's take another look at these screenshots. The rhetoric is identical, although the articles were published 10 years apart and in different countries, the Czech Republic and Russia. So who is actually pro-Kremlin here, dear journalists?